Okay, in looking at Picasso's piece, Guernica, I think that's how we pronounce it. I just started out by looking at the piece from a personal perspective and kind of seeing what I saw in it. I see dying animals and bulls and horses. I see body parts strewn about as if a gruesome murder maybe took place. I see a hand with a dagger in it, potentially symbolizing the murder or the loss of life and hope and love. I see a body that looks as though it is screaming out for help, drowning or being engulfed by flames. I see a woman grieving the loss of her baby, which she is still holding in her arms. I see agony and fear and loss on the faces of every person or spirit or face of any sort of creature in the print. Um, I see faces also that are floating, that may be that of a spirit entering the death scene to potentially take souls away. Um, I see black and white, and I see newspaper print. I see light bulbs and eyes and flames and smoke and flowers, a bird, an open door, and a window. And I think maybe most importantly, I don't see any color. Some key figures after looking more closely on the subject matter of this print are a woman with outstretched arms, a bull, and an agonized horse. These were refined and apparently sketched over and over again by Picasso. There was a quote on this topic by Picasso. While it is being done, it changes, and it's as one's thoughts change. And when it's finished, it goes on changing according to the state of mind of whoever is looking at it. I would confess that that was completely true for me, as my first impression of the print changed significantly as I continued to look at it for different subjects, and also continue to kind of have my own interpretation on the piece according to what I read of the timing and things like that. It is clear that Picasso, through his quotes and by looking at this work, that he wants his viewers to come to their own conclusion. However, based on the timing of the painting and the voice of an anti-war movement was a clear one to me. The bull and the horse are important figures in the Spanish culture, and the painting was created directly after the Nazis' devastating bombing practice on the town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. Let's see, the central figure in the painting is a horse being split with a javelin. There are different schools of thought here. Some interpreted the horse as Franco, the Spanish dictator's nationalist military rebellion. People assumed that Picasso was predicting its downfall under his leadership. Others assumed that Picasso's intent was to show people as helpless animals dying a senseless death due to the Nazi bombing in the town of Guernica. Since there are no obvious colors in the painting, it may also be intended for the observer to feel hopeless or helpless. There is no light in the darkness of the subject matter of this painting. Picasso was quoted saying this about the piece: "My whole life as an artist has been nothing more than a continuous struggle against reaction and the death of art. In the picture I am painting, which I shall call Guernica, I am expressing my horror of the military caste which is now plundering Spain into an ocean of misery and death." After reading up on Picasso in this painting, the subject matter is clear. There is death due to war and bombing, loss of pride and a sense of belonging in the dying animals that symbolize Spain. Grief, war, meaningless death are subjects that are unavoidable when looking at this print. There is no color, so the hope that is offered is little, as the statement being made about war and the murderous loss of life is a strong one. However, the open doors, windows, lights, lamps, and even flowers may offer certain viewers a glimmer of hope.